Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I created this double page spread by Kerby Rosanes, just keep watching. Now part 1 of this video of me doing the watercolour base and the galaxy background is already up on my channel if you're interested in that. But I went ahead and decided to do this as a little bit of a time lapse because I knew that it'd take me so long. So the pencils that I'm using today are the Artex pencils, and I'll start with the lightest shade and then go to the dark. So we've got True Green, Jade Blue, Ocean Green, Dark Teal, Peacock Blue, Indigo Blue and Black. Now I will be honest, one of the main reasons that I used these pencils is because they're more of the budget friendly pencil, because I put that base of the watercolour, the Daniel Smith watercolour ground down, and then I've put watercolour down. It does make the paper a little bit more toothy, so I really wouldn't recommend using your really nice expensive pencils because it does eat away at them, unfortunately. I did actually show in the previous video as well my two other attempts at this double page spread, so this is my third time doing this. I unfortunately completely forgot to add that to the end of the video, so if you are curious I will leave a link in the description for the previous video if you want a little nosy. So there's no special technique of the way that I've coloured this. I've tried to keep the horse Pegasus, I was still undecided what to call this thing, the green, turquoise, blue side, and then the clouds and smoke in the background more blues and navy blues. But I couldn't help myself, I added a lot of it's technically glitter, but it's glitter glue towards the end of the video, so that's something to look forward to. I do believe as well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw on Instagram his next book. Now I thought the last book, the Aliens one, was his last book, and yeah, that wasn't my favourite. There's still quite a few good illustrations in there, but I like the older stuff. I can't help it, the Mythomorphia is just my favourite, but I am quite curious to see, has he gone back to his older style or is he sticking with the new stuff? Have you seen there's like a little sneak peek on, I'm sure it was Instagram that I saw the page, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's more this style. Even though I have said that I've chosen these Artex pencils because they are budget friendly and I've explained about the paper, they're still really nice pencils, they're easy to blend, there's a fantastic colour selection. So I use these on every single colouring book, paper, and I've not had an issue. It's just because this paper has been worked on a lot, it is really too thin. Let's say my Prismacolors, we found them quite difficult to get over here in the UK. I wouldn't like to use that one pencil, I've only got that one colour, and then finish this page and not have much of that pencil left. So yeah, that was the main reason that I chose these pencils, but they are really nice and I do recommend them. So working on the clouds smoke area, I'm trying to make this really random and just darken up the areas that I've already put the darker watercolour paint, so I'm not sat there for ages and ages blending loads of different colours together like I did on the horse. I wanted the horse to sort of stand out a little bit on the page, and I do think that I've achieved that towards the end of the double page spread. But this is one of the times where I got almost to the end. I'm thinking, why did I start this? Why did I start filming it? I was kicking myself, but I'm really proud that I managed to film the first part of it and this part of it. I know it's on a time lapse and I'm having to do a voiceover, but if you do watch any of my videos, you do know I'm having a lot of building work done at the minute. I ended up being in hospital over the weekend with my little girl, so I do apologise if you don't like time-lapse videos. It's just I'm working with what I've got at the minute, unfortunately, but nonetheless, you know, it turned out really nice, I think. So I ended up using the black to define certain areas, and then I added more black, more black, and more black, and it ended up outlining quite a few areas. Like I've previously said, luckily it did turn out, but I just went really happy with this pencil. Yeah, but luckily it did work out. It's funny watching it as a time lapse, because you'd think you're watching this now and you think, oh, it only takes a couple of minutes to do this. In reality, it's probably took me about 2.5–3 hours to get to this point. So another idea that I thought was absolutely amazing and brilliant at the time, and this probably took me longer than the actual pencil work. So here's me saying in all my videos, I don't like things taking ages. I get really bored really quickly, and I like to move on to the next step. This was my biggest mistake. It's really effective, don't get me wrong, and it probably would have been better if I used the Rosanes acrylic paint pen, because that paint comes out really smoothly. I was having to constantly, with the Posca pen, put it on a scrap piece of paper to get it activated again, and then I noticed the watercolour underneath was actually making the nib of the Posca pen the pink and purple colour. It was sort of dyeing it that colour, so then I was having to stop and then clean it off. Yeah, but I basically went round everything, absolutely everything, with the Posca pen. Adding some random dots here and there and lines, just to change it up a little bit so it's not samey. Then we skip on to the next bit where the other side of the page is coloured. I just did that off camera just to save a bit of time, and I didn't film the whole process of me doing the white as well, but you can see how effective it is. It's definitely worth taking that extra time. And then I'm using the, I always call this wrong, PH Martin's bleed proof white mixed with a bit of water just to add a couple of stars. I was gonna attempt to make a stencil, but I thought, I've got this little towel here, it'll probably do the same job. It did, and didn't in the same breath. There's a couple of areas that I didn't really want to get these stars on, but it happens. And then here's with the Mod Podge, I went over the top, I think. Yeah, put way too much down there, and I think I started putting it on the background. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Because I was running the risk of activating that paint again and then making a complete mess. So I decided to just put it on the smoke. Yeah, and just a different sort of effect, because the page that I'd used the Mod Podge previously, it was over the whole thing. And I have noticed as well, them pages do stick together, so I expect this to happen with this page. I might actually try and find some greaseproof paper and put that between. Maybe that'll stop that from happening. But yeah, I love how it turned out. You know, it's different to the other two, and I've done my typical galaxy backgrounds because that's just my comfort zone. But I do hope that you enjoyed the finished result. I think it's effective. Maybe I could have chucked a little bit more glitter here and there on the moon or something, but yeah, I'm pleased how it turned out. But I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!